There are many people around the world who struggle with financial problems. And it can be challenging to stay positive and motivated when faced with these difficulties. However, it is important to remember that there is always hope. And that God has a plan for each of us. If you are facing financial challenges, it is important to remain faithful and trust that God is sending you a miracle now. Financial struggles can be overwhelming and can lead to feelings of hopelessness and despair. However, it is important to remember that God is with us in our struggles, and that He has promised to provide for us. In Philippians chapter 4 verse 19, it says, "And my God will meet all your needs according to the riches of His glory in Christ Jesus." This is a powerful reminder that God is in control of our finances and that He will provide for us in His perfect timing. One of the keys to receiving your financial blessing is to stay faithful and trust in God's plan. In Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 to 6, it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." This verse reminds us that we should not rely on our own understanding, but instead trust in God and submit to His will. By doing so, we can be confident that He will guide us and provide for us. Another important aspect of receiving your financial blessing is to be a good steward of the resources that God has given you. In Luke chapter 16 verse 10, it says, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much, and whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much." This verse reminds us that it is important to be responsible with the resources that we have been given, and to use them wisely. By being a good steward of our finances, we can show God that we are ready to receive His blessings. In addition to being faithful and responsible with our finances, it is important to pray for God's guidance and direction. In James chapter 1 verse 5, it says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." This verse reminds us that we should pray for God's wisdom and guidance in all areas of our lives, including our finances. By seeking God's direction, we can be confident that we are making wise decisions and that we are following His plan for our lives. Finally, it is important to remember that God's blessings are not always financial. Sometimes, God's blessings come in the form of relationships, opportunities, or other non-material blessings. In Matthew chapter 6 verse 33, it says, "But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." This verse reminds us that our primary focus should be on seeking God's kingdom and righteousness, and that He will provide for us in all areas of our lives. Please keep in mind that receiving your financial blessing may not happen overnight. It may take time and effort on your part. But God is faithful and will never leave you nor forsake you. In Psalm chapter 37 verse 25, it says, "I have never seen the righteous forsaken or their children begging bread." This is a powerful reminder that God will provide for those who trust in Him and seek His will. In addition to trusting in God's plan, it is also important to take practical steps to improve your financial situation. This may include creating a budget, seeking financial counseling, or finding ways to increase your income. By being proactive and taking steps to improve your financial situation, you can show God that you are ready to receive His blessings. Lastly, it is important to remain grateful for the blessings that God has already given you. In 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 18, it says, "Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus." By being grateful for what you have, you can show God that you are ready to receive even more blessings. In conclusion, receiving your financial blessing is possible when you stay faithful and trust in God's plan. By being a good steward of your finances, seeking God's guidance, and taking practical steps to improve your financial situation, you can be confident that God will provide for you in His perfect timing. Remember, God is sending you a miracle now, so keep your faith strong and remain positive.